TGIT is back and all of our questions are answered from the fall finale. Make sure you stay right here to join us for the Grey's Anatomy review.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Classic.
So nice. It's comforting.
It really is.
It is. It's very comforting.
Feels like home.
It's something special about it's Thursday and Grace is back.
Yes.
And you hear this and it's just like, oh.
I know.
All your worries go away, but then they give you anxiety 5 minutes later.
As soon as they come back. I think that's why they have this soothing opening.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get you.
Yeah. And
They got us
do.
this episode.
Yeah, they did.
Thank you guys for joining us. I am your host, Elle Marie, and I have with me my co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Krista Plengy.
Hey, I am Chelsea Stark-Jones.
So just real quick, even before we go through overall thoughts of this episode, we'll do a recap, but we're also going to talk about Meredith and DeLuca in the elevator, Owen, Teddy, Amelia, all of that. We're going to, talk about our special segments, Who Served the Cure. We're still doing that, and we have some news and gossip coming up. So like I said, just a little bit of a recap from the fall finale.
Yeah.
We had a lot going on,
Yes.
and at first we kind of what happened? Because by the title of this episode is Shelter from the Storm, and at first I was like, there was a storm?
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's like, okay. You have Schmidt and Dr. Kim kind of getting their thing on. DeLuca and Meredith, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about that when we get into it. So, Teddy dropping that bomb on Owen.
Yes.
And kind of Amelia when we left off. So we're kind of picking up from all those
everywhere
bombs
that we
being
left.
dropped.
Yeah. They left a lot of bombs and open doors with that finale.
Yeah.
So it was cool to get some answers.
So what are you guys' overall thoughts from the premiere episode?
I've got a lot of questions now. We've got a love triangle, and then we've got 3 or 2 love triangles going on.
Yeah.
Because we have Mare and her lovers, and then we've also got, Amelia, Teddy, and Owen. We don't know how that's gonna go. So it's like where's it gonna go?
Yeah.
Which path is everyone gonna take?
I was pretty satisfied. It was a lot of action. We kind of closed up some loose ends with some patients that were, here for a while last season. So, which it was sad, but I was really happy to have it back, and they were very entertaining.
Yes.
So I was happy with the episode.
I know. I want to get into talking about Meredith and DeLuca and their little thing. So, they left off getting stuck in the elevator. And I remember, that episode, I was like, oh, I want them to do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You
It was
know,
like
Mare
the
and
perfect
elevators.
setting,
You
right?
know all of those doctors.
The
and
perfect
elevators. Yeah.
setting. But it became a little more than that. More than just, let's have them get it on. DeLuca started to open up, and they shared a moment.
Yeah.
Which
really
I thought
did.
was really special.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think the reason why it wasn't so hot and heavy was because she was very hesitant about it, but I appreciated it. I really liked his talking in Italian, and
Oh my God, I loved
his
that.
story about his dad, and I loved how he thought he was being really slick by saying it in Italian, and then later on she
I had
replied
a
to him in
feeling
Ita-
she could speak it the
Really?
whole time. Did
Same.
anyone
I
else?
kinda
I was
was
like,
well,
Mare
maybe.
knows.
Yeah.
She
But
knows
also
everything.
only 3 years of undergrad, and you just have it fluent.
Right.
Of course.
And you're a doctor, so you filled your brain with so much more. You remember that.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Also at the same time, maybe because you are a doctor and you can retain information well, whatever. But
Yeah.
I like that because
I did too.
what kind of made me feel like she probably knew is because she didn't make any type of little remark or anything
Yeah.
like that to say, oh, okay. It was the way she kind of responded to him was like,
Yeah.
I know, but I know you didn't want me to know, so I'm just
she
gonna.
kind of let it go. But I
Yeah.
mean, that was crazy. His father and everything like that, like an
Yes.
insane story. But no, I thought the moment with them was really cool. I really enjoyed that, and I wanted them to kiss.
I did too. We got so close.
So close.
True Grey's fashion to just open that elevator on us.
Right at that moment.
Right at that moment.
I was like, because I'm just, like I said, I'm starting to like them together.
Me too.
We'll talk about their triangle in a minute, but I would say I'm team DeLuca.
Oh, I'm all about it.
For sure. I've had more of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't had time to get attached to, you know? I want to see where this goes.
Because I like what Meredith said to him, like, when did you get so cocky?
Yes.
But it was like, when I noticed you wanted the same thing. Yes. And so now he is going for it. And I am just watching, like, he's my new favorite. I think he's taking Jackson's place. Like, you know, Jackson used to have those lines in those ways. But I was watching,
I'm with you. Jackson has kind of, like, lost his luster for me. And it's just, like, DeLuca is... he's hot.
Yeah.
And the Italian, all day long.
Yeah, someone in chat. All day long. Sorry, that's what I was getting at for you guys, because I forget you're always going crazy in here, and I love it. But Prison Mike, I took French for 5 years, and I can hardly remember anything. Seriously. That's when she said that, I was like, dang.
I took Spanish in high school and college, and I don't,
that was the best. I was like, of course she knows.
Smart. She retains
things
a lot quicker than
us. She's a surgeon.
Us normal folk.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because Link hasn't really come back into the picture yet, so I want to like talk about their little triangle a little bit later. But let's get to Cece because not last season, but with the fall finale, we left off with her being stuck on the elevator. But not only her, the lady that she was getting the organs from, both of them are stuck on the elevator.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, they were able to get Cece out, and she was like getting prepped for the surgery and everything, but the organ donor was still trapped.
Yes.
And we have Bailey in there and Helm. They I feel like in the subtitles they had Helm's real name there. I'm like, what's her real name? I don't know. Who is that? Who was the name again? But Bailey and Helm are in the elevator together. They're actually both freaking out.
Yeah. And they both had
panic
like
attack.
moments of calm, but then it would never be at the same time. So I was like, oh, this is
And I thought that was weird. It's like, how are you having an attack and then you're comforting this person and then it reverses. So that made the scene like really intense. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
Bailey was losing it.
She was losing
it. I'm used to seeing Bailey like that, and we're getting a lot of that lately.
A lot of it. And I was fearful of like, okay, is this a panic attack or is this possibly almost a heart attack, another heart attack for her? Mm-hmm. So I was getting very nervous. Like, where are we going?
I know. I thought for sure she was having like heart problems. I was like, no.
Yeah, especially the way she would kind of grab her hands. I know with panic you could start to shake, but also heart attacks you have those pains.
Also, if Helms is your only like lifeline in there, we're not in good company. So.
Yeah. And I mean, on top of being stuck in an elevator, she was also probably thinking about Warren and what was going on with him. And I didn't we saw it throughout the first half of the season how it's been wearing on her. And I've never had a spouse or family member that was in the line of duty, first responder. But it really is getting to her. So I could I can't imagine how difficult that would be. Knowing there's this big emergency going on and what the hell's going on. Well,
especially when she has the job she has and she's worried about all these patients, but in the back of your mind you're distracted because you're worrying about someone you love. Also, I guess Helm's first name is Taryn. Mikey Sorrentino and Sebastian said, so we all know now. Okay. Still gonna call her Helms.
Yeah, she's still Helm. Or Helmouth.
Helmouth.
But back to Bailey and her stress levels and everything. And when they finally get not Cece, but her organ donor. I forget her name. I should have wrote it down.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but they get the organ donor out of the elevator. They're able to rescue her. And so now they're in the surgery to retrieve the organs, and Bailey is still kind of freaking out, and she's still shaking, and she kind of yells at Karev because he pops up. He's able to finally get to the hospital because he was trapped.
With his drunk wife.
Right. Where are we going with Joe? But we'll get to that in a moment. We'll get to that. But, so she was very snappy at him. And then later to come to find out, it was I had to be because I couldn't do that surgery. Whereas Karev felt like she was kind of still trying to take charge and not let him do his job and not let him grow as he should be growing, and it's that's
what I would have thought.
Yeah, same. That's the same thing I thought.
Came across that way because she was very I'm going to take the more fun sounding surgery type of a thing and do the leg thing. But it was nice to see her become vulnerable in that way. I like seeing Bailey and Karev and Meredith in these roles and Weber in these roles together, where it's they've been through so much together.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
season 1. So to see her go to him and him comfort her was like heartwarming.
And just when you said that, I thought about the fact that with Bailey, sometimes it would be hard. She could always talk to Weber. She could always talk to him and open up to him. But with Meredith and Karev, they were always under her. And now now you're about on the same level. You're all just colleagues now, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's okay if you break that, if you cross that line and confide in Karev right now, because you're not, you know, and I mean, now he's your boss.
Yeah.
I understand her, like, why she acted that way in front of Helms, but like, you know, because she didn't want to seem like weak in front of her, but like for her to do it in the comfort of like their office or whatever, it was, I don't know, it was touching. I liked it.
And it was
a cute moment.
Yeah, you see the change in the dynamic of the relationship. So
which was great.
Yes. So speaking of changes, a lot of different options. Let's hear something from the network.
Yes. So, hey, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking you to please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit the subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and helping us be the ESPN of Talk TV.
Ooh, yes. And guys, we are also on iTunes and Spotify, so make sure you check us out there if you're listening for the podcast version of the show.
Yeah.
So we get Bailey. So like I said, she was helping the girl with the organs. She was retrieving the organs from her body. So before that, the rescue.
Yes.
Left them stuck on the elevator. So the building manager.
This guy.
He was a bit much. He was a bit much.
He was a little rude. He was a lot rude.
A lot rude.
Like,
I mean, it came back around. So.
Yeah.
I just felt it was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, to not understand that people's lives are like people are held up here.
Yeah.
Like, he just didn't seem to be working with any urgency.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, that was a little bit annoying. And then I loved how they tried to open the elevator with, like, these sticks and stuff. What
else are you going to do?
I guess, but just, like, stabbing at it was hilarious to watch.
Yeah,
it just goes to show that in those situations, like, I felt for him at some parts of it, too, because he was like, I'm doing what I can, but, like, there was more, because obviously at the end you did get it open.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know what I mean? So,
and I mean, he was right when he said this isn't the proper way to open this.
Yeah,
someone can get hurt.
So it's like everyone had very valid points.
True.
Tensions were high.
Yeah. But then it also goes to sometimes like, hey, take the help when you need it.
Yeah. He said, no, go ahead. And then
I got this.
You know, but
it's like,
God, I think we all looked at each other like, why?
I know.
Yeah.
That was gruesome.
And
Like
just get the sound.
We said this a few
I'm gonna be
episodes
taking
ago.
the stairs
Like,
for a bit.
yeah, Grey's is starting to get a little gruesome. You know, with some of their scenes.
They're
there.
doing too much right now.
Because in the past, they may have had that scene and then like cut away, like when the elevator kind of pinned down on his legs. But like, and the sounds.
The sounds have been like super. This episode, the sound design has been disgusting.
Yeah, but it was good to see the urgency once he found out it was Cece and how Cece basically almost touched everyone in that hospital.
Yeah. It was.
Everyone. That's seriously. I loved how he was like, "Wait, Cece? What if it was any other
right.
breathing person? What if it was like a 2-year-old in there? You know?" And he was like, "But Cece." It was cute though. But I was like, "Man,
sad, right?" So if it wasn't for Cece,
well, I mean, I guess it just goes to show you really have to be a nice person to get far.
True.
For people to do things for you.
That'll be the takeaway.
She affected a lot of people.
She did. Yeah. Anyway,
it was sweet to see him like perk up over that.
Yeah,
so sweet.
But
so little things that happen. So we have like our main topics of this episode. We have a few little small things that happened. For instance, Betty is roaming around the hospital.
Yes.
I knew she was up to no good.
I knew it. And I feel like Weber knew it too.
He did.
He did.
He
for
definitely
sure.
knew. He was like, and she kind of had like, she had that
like,
itch.
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, like,
he knows.
he knows.
Yeah.
You know, he's had an addiction, and it doesn't matter whether it's alcohol or drugs. You kind of know the signs of someone that's like fiending for that or kind of jonesing for like their fix or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, he's like, well, come, around with me. And then he gets like pulled away in something, I guess. So she's back again, left to her own free will. And she is trashing everything, looking for drugs.
And he knew too. He's like, she's not gonna find anything, but sure, go on.
Yeah, keep looking.
It was sad, but it's also nice to see Amelia again step up in this parenting role. And being someone that's been there before, she gets kind of where she's coming from and how hard it is. So it's nice to see that she's kind of in a space of like no judgment and like around people that truly care about her. Like even Weber, like he barely knew her, but you know, and I think it was out of respect for Amelia to take care of her. Yeah.
To watch her.
Oh, Mikey, I think Betty is going to be or Richard is going to end up being Betty's new sponsor. Does that
that crossed my mind.
Does that work if it's not? Yeah, because it's like a substance abuse.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
That crossed my mind that he would sponsor her since he was looking for a sponsor himself.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's going to rehab now, so that's not going to happen for a while.
Thank God she decided to go.
Yes. And that Weber, told Amelia, not that he wouldn't, he definitely had to, but it was like, okay, she has to know, you know what I mean, what you were doing. And then to question, and then Weber even questioned Betty, like, is this why you came back? You know, because she ran away, they couldn't find her, and now you come back, and is this why? Were you guys questioning that? Did you feel disappointed in Betty?
I did.
I did for sure. And I mean, you could tell she was, like, I thought she was fiending, like, getting off the drugs. And when she was talking to Weber and she said something like, I just want to be clean for 3 months and then hopefully I could get Leo back and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like she's in the right, like mind space or whatever. But then we see her like looking for drugs, and it's like, no, Betty.
Right?
Yeah.
Addiction's tough.
It is
She's
tough.
so young. Little viable mind.
So I hope the rehab works for her.
Me too.
Yeah. And I hope they don't. I hope they spend some time there. Like make it as if Betty was there for a while. Whatever. Maybe a 30-day, 60-day. 30 days wouldn't work for Betty.
No, she needs like
60 to 90 day program because it's not going to work for her. But also some of the smaller stories, Schmidt and Dr. Kim.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I actually thought that we would talk about them a little bit more in this episode because of the last episode. It was just so intense.
Yeah.
Like them finally like getting together and, both of them being on the same page. And then it's like, okay, we open up with just Karev kind of walking in on them. And then that was like, kind of it. I feel like, they touched on it again, but I
don't know if I'm like super here for them yet.
Okay,
like,
so maybe
like
it's
their
like
characters on their own too. Like I don't really care for them yet.
Again, they're so new. I just need. I know they aren't. It's been a bit now, but they just feel so new to me.
Yeah. Maybe they realize that from fans because I feel like other fans, like in our chat, they kind of agree before, and so I think they're like. Maybe writers look at social media and kind of take a hint. Like, let's take a little bit of a turn because it just seems so intense the last episode that they would have talked about it more. But I think that's the thing. Like, let's pull back on these two
and they want to give us a little bit and see how we feel.
Who we actually enjoy.
Yeah. Like Karev. I like how Karev got them in check. Like, this is where you do this.
Okay, I was your age once. Like, I did this. I was just smarter about it sometimes.
Like, here's the list.
When I wasn't getting nurses syphilis.
Oh, Karev.
But that's why he cut him some slack. He was like, I did some stuff.
Karev was a mess. I forgot how bad Karev was.
He was bad. He was real bad.
Oh, man. Growth, how people change. So Jackson, Maggie, I'm gonna throw Weber in there a little bit. Can they just be done?
Yeah.
Like,
can
this be the thing that is the end?
I'm ready to shut the elevator.
Well, but you know what kind of like killed me when Cece was kind of losing it before they started the whole heart transplant thing, and Maggie is like talking to her to distract her. And she said, like, I don't feel safe with him. And then I think what
Cece said was great.
Yeah.
Did you? I was just like...
I think it worked because I feel like she's such her own person that it's just... She can't let she needs to learn how to, like, be by herself, I think, and just feel safe on her own because I don't know.
I mean, so she said either he's terrible for you or you're too afraid to lose him is basically why she's afraid. And I was like, those are two extremes. Like, where am I supposed to go with that?
I feel like that happens.
That's true. True. And so she brought up when her mom passed away and said, like, he was really comforting for her. But, yeah, I think they're going to get back together. Just because of that little revelation that she had with Cece, I don't think they're done. I think she's going to try to come around in any way.
Yeah.
So I know you guys aren't here for
I know.
it.
I'm sure they're not done with it.
Yeah. And as I think about it, the fact that she was the one to tell Jackson about his mom.
Yeah.
And now she's kind of being there for him. And then with
She's
that
lost
revelation,
it.
she's probably like, well, let me be there for him
Yeah.
while he's going through this with his mom.
Yeah.
You know,
He was there for
hopefully
me,
Catherine
yeah.
doesn't pass. Hopefully they don't take her out. But yeah, he was there for me. So let me try to be there for him. I'm annoyed by it, but I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand it.
A lot of the same in the
yeah.
chat. Everyone's like, I want April back. Mikey. And we might not ever get that, but
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Man, April is over with. I'm
Yeah.
so sad about it. It's like
is.
it's
Everyone,
officially
I
done.
want April.
I know.
Yeah, and I also just didn't like that Maggie was the one to tell him. Like, I just really felt like it was Catherine's place.
Well,
to
who do you
say.
think's gonna? Catherine's gonna lose
Lose
it.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only has he told Avery, now Weber's gonna know too,
Yeah.
and she's gonna come back and be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to tell them yet or tell them
Yeah.
on my own time. And now
Yeah.
you've told both her husband and her son.
Which I
Yeah.
know they deserve to know, but it's her disease and
Yeah.
her response. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just so tough. And then she just stepped right in the middle of it.
And I don't like that. Like, it just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like so hard. Put yourself in her shoes too, because I'm like, what would you do? I mean, you kind of have to be quiet, like confident, but you, I don't
tough.
know.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah,
And
I
maybe
didn't
because,
like it, but
I don't
I'm
like
just
it either,
like,
but you're right. Like, I feel
it's
like
so
maybe I'd
tough.
go to Catherine and be like, you have to tell him, but then like, Catherine's scary, so like maybe I wouldn't do that. You know?
I'd pay someone to bug her to tell them. I'd be like, please, it's eating me alive.
And I'm like, maybe because I don't care for the relationship between Maggie and Jackson, I'm like, you shouldn't have told. But when you put it that way, it's like, how do you hold something like
Yeah.
that and you care about that person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you
rough.
have to
Maggie's
tell
just
him. And
getting
then-
all the secrets
yeah.
this season. Yeah.
And then the same for Jackson. It's like, how do I hold this and look at Weber all the time? And I know this, and he doesn't know. And then, Weber is calling Catherine to see what's going on. So it puts,
and
gives
that
him
to
some peace of
answer the
mind.
phone. You
I know,
can't
it
just
is-
avoid them.
It is very messed up of
Yeah.
her to just like totally
True.
ghost her
Yeah.
son and her husband.
Yeah.
Like, that's
While
really-
you're dying.
Like,
Come on,
that's
girl.
Not okay.
Get with it. Get
Oh,
with
man. All right. The biggest drama of the night. Owen, Teddy,
Bombs dropped.
and Amelia.
it. Loved it. I really did. It was good.
Yeah.
True Grace fashion. That
True Grace fashion.
Amelia had nowhere to go but there.
Just stuck there. And that it was very awkward.
I would be
was
so
like,
uncomfortable and angry all at the same time.
Same. Because it was one point where Teddy was like, what did she say? Like, oh, I'm not an option. I'm off the table. So you and Amelia can be like whatever. Like, I don't want to curse. Like,
Yeah. like that's what the
the audacity that you have. Like, we talked about that before. Like, she just thinks she's so much to him. I mean, you are and then you aren't at the same time because he really never chooses you.
Yeah.
Well,
That says something.
And
though.
when he did, you turned him down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, now she's
but that
plain.
was he was barely choosing her then too. It was
That's
almost
what
like
I'm
he was out of
saying.
options.
Yeah.
At that moment, I'm just saying.
I know, but like Amelia, I loved how Amelia acted at the end. Like, I feel like for once, Amelia was like, you know what, I want you, but it's not fair because, Teddy might not see it, but my God,
Yeah.
she's carrying your child.
Yes.
You're an option. Like,
Yes.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I did not like it one bit.
I didn't want her to do it because I want her to be with him now, but
Yeah.
it was so mature of her, and
Yeah.
it must have been so hard.
And realistic.
yeah, it was
Like,
realistic.
You know what I
Just-
mean? Because that's a child, and this is a person that he does care about.
Yeah.
If it was like a fling or something, that's different. But this is someone he cares about.
And
so
she was
through that
watching them
process,
together? Yeah.
You know what? I was going to say, she very much felt for me like a third wheel in the elevator. Like they were finishing each other's sentences. They both are in that same like field of medicine where they
Yeah.
like the blood and the gore, and she's just like freaked out by it all. And like for her to watch them kind of bonding over this like surgical thing that like gets doctors all hot and bothered or whatever. So like she felt like left out. And like
Yeah.
even when when they made it to the operating room and they didn't need her anymore, like I could just like feel for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Like she probably just felt like, okay, like maybe this is me phasing my way out of this like
And
love triangle.
I think it's best that she does that way because now she's giving him that time to figure out his options versus if he just stayed with her because that's what he thought he was supposed to do. And
Yeah.
then she's going to wonder, does he
True.
wish he ended up with Teddy? Like, he needs this time to, like, figure it out. It
Yeah.
sucks that he
It
keeps
does
getting
suck.
put in this situation. It's, if I were him, I'd be like, oh.
yeah.
Now, did we was this our own speculation that we wanted Amelia to be pregnant, or did she have some type of
I was
scare?
hoping she would be, because she was
that
like
was us.
throwing up
I didn't
a bit.
remember if it was actually in the show.
She
or that
was
was
throwing
just us
up for a
talking.
while, and they had it happen like a
Like
couple times. Then I was like, oh, we're not going to do anything with this. Cool.
Okay.
I don't know how much time has like passed.
Yeah.
But that would, I feel like now to throw that in there, that would just be
That'd be
crazy.
Too much.
But like
Would
would Grace
something.
might.
Grace might, you know?
But could you? Oh, that would be.
That'd be too much.
It would be.
And they have
insane.
Leo. Like, that's just
Poor
that's a lot.
Owen. I'd be like, too many
Poor
kids.
Owen. But also,
He
like,
wanted a family, and now he has it though.
He is free.
like they say, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Because 2 pregnant women that you care about that are going to be hormonal. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want that to happen. Grace, can we? Make
Oh my
Amelia
gosh,
pregnant?
there's so many mixed.
That
The
would-
chat's very mixed on who they want Teddy to be with, or
Really?
Owen to be with.
Oh.
Yeah, like Abby is Team Towen.
Towen.
Nevermore 667 Towen, and then like, yeah, but they all love Amelia too. Brave Unicorn. I like Teddy, just not with Owen. Well, dude, I don't know what we're gonna do here.
Wait, do we like Teddy?
I do, but now I just get used to someone
Yeah.
with someone.
I
and
don't mind Teddy. I was rooting for Teddy and Owen, but I don't know. It was just something about her arrogance of the relationship that started to
Yeah.
bother me.
How she's dealing with this is bothering me.
And how when she was talking to Meredith about it, she just started to bother me and rub me the wrong way. So
Yeah.
now I think I'm leaning more towards like Owen and Amelia, and I just like how they're
just a
working
mess.
together and figuring it out after the tumor and everything. So I kind of like their relationship a little bit better. Like we said, like Owen and Teddy, they have some common ground and things that they have in common and they relate to and they bond with. But sometimes that doesn't always mean that's the person you're supposed to be with. You just
Yeah.
have that bond.
Yeah.
And sometimes it
Yeah.
stops there.
That's kind
I
of how
know.
I feel with
Yeah.
them. Like I'm not a big Teddy person, I think. I'm not a big fan of
Yeah.
hers. But yeah, that's kind of where I think they just have been like so close for so
Yeah.
long that the romantic part of the relationship
hard to
just
see.
doesn't
Yeah.
work.
I know I'm torn. It's hard, but
Yeah.
I'm Team Amelia right now. But it's how Teddy's handled stuff, and I also feel like we've tried this so many times, and I don't want them to just try it because there's a kid involved,
Yeah.
and not be happy when you could still be happy apart and raise the kid happy. But I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just.
How do we feel about Amelia being upset about Teddy kind of holding it? Like, you've been around us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like she had every right to kind of like snap out a little bit. It was a
Yeah.
little snap off that she did. Like, so you knew. So you've been here this whole time and you knew. You
You've
didn't try
seen
to
our
tell
family
anything.
together.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I saw that, but it's like that shouldn't stop you. I know that may have made you feel away, but it
Yeah.
shouldn't have stopped you. This is something huge. And
I would
you
have been
went-
pissed
yeah.
too. It's
like
you're
you've been in
holding
our
this-
face. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I would like, are you scoping us out? Like, what is this? Yeah, I would have been pretty angry.
And also, Amelia's wishing that was her,
Yeah.
Yes.
so that's even harder.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's tough for everyone.
It is. Oh, it makes me sad. Anything else in the chat that they're saying?
A prediction that I'll save for later. Whoa.
Okay.
Wow. Just what do we got here? Elevators are the kings and queens of awkward scenes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I'll save that. Where'd it go? Brave Unicorn has quite the prediction, though. I'll save
So we'll
4
save that.
predictions.
That's on
We'll
the
save
edge of
that.
our seat.
Let me screenshot that. Wow, he
Right,
knows
so it
what
doesn't go
she
away.
knows what she did.
Oh.
It is. It's crazy.
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Can't wait to get to
What
that.
a tease.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our special segment right now of Who Served the Cure.
Oh, I missed that.
Alrighty, so for those of you who maybe are just tuning in with us or don't really remember what the cure is, it's just our special segment of our favorite moment or favorite quote from anyone in the show from this current episode. So who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Awesome.
So, I mean, she was really freaking out when she said it, but I loved when Bailey was trying to to console Helms, and she was saying, and Helms was freaking out, like, we're going to drop, what do we do, blah, blah, blah. And Bailey was like, if our brains think that way, and that's where our mind goes, and that's what's going to happen. But if we think good things, then good things will happen. Then she continues to have, like, a panic attack or whatever. But the message I really enjoy, because it's like, if you live your life thinking negative things are going to happen, that's what's going to come to fruition in your life. So I I related to that.
Yeah.
No, I like that a lot too.
Yeah, I like that.
Where's mine? Oh, mine was right at the beginning when after Avery found out about his mom, and he was just like, I never felt less like a doctor in my life, which that's so true. I'm sure, like, not that I'm a doctor, but if you were, you spend your whole life fixing people and helping people, but then like someone in your family gets sick, and especially with something like cancer where there isn't a for sure cure, so he's helpless, which would be so hard because it's your career to help people, and you can't help her.
Yeah, I really liked that moment. It was, I thought the same thing.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mine was at the end when Meredith is doing her little speech at the end or whatever. When she was talking about the storm, we can face. Let's just say we can face the storms no matter how scary. So when we face it, we find out that we're actually the shelter. So in that moment, she was kind of talking about how people run away from a storm, run somewhere else to find shelter. But if you face the storm and go through it, like you're the shelter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're strong enough to do this. You are home. And so get through it. So that like really related to me. Like, I was like, okay, especially when you're going through some things, you just always try to maybe look elsewhere for like, your help or whatever. But it's like, it's within yourself. You just fight through it. You got this. So I like that moment.
That was really powerful.
I can shout out one in the chat. Abby said, Meredith, which this one was funny at the end, where she was talking to DeLuca and Link, and she said, "Sorry, I'm being haunted."
Yes.
That was good.
That was cute.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, really cute. We have to say R.I.P. to Cece though.
Yeah,
because she didn't make it. Oh,
she didn't. It was really sad.
I loved Meredith's moment with her.
Yeah, I did too.
Just finally opening up about her love life with her. It was sweet.
Oh.
It was. I was hoping she'd pull through.
Me too.
I was too.
Like, why not?
Right? Because when the heart, I was like, okay, the heart is good. I was like, yes. But then I said, let's do the kidney. And I was like, ah.
Yeah, no, not the kidney. Leave the kidney out.
Right, we're good. We're doing good. We're fine.
We've got everything.
All right, let's see. Let's get into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so as I'm sure a lot of you know, but we haven't been in for a while, Sandra Oh, which our beloved Christina, was the first Asian host of the Golden Globes, and if you guys watched, which I did, she killed it.
Yeah, she did.
And she was also the first Asian winner for a female lead in a drama for her show Killing Eve. So that's awesome. And then going off of that, also a lot of the Grey's Anatomy stars were on Twitter cheering her on, or they were in. They did a shot to Meredith at the Golden Globes cheering her on, and she looked so proud. It was beautiful. Yeah. But Kevin McKidd also was invited, like Sandra invited a lot of them to her Golden Globes after party, and he just had like nothing but nice things to say about her, which was so cute. Yeah, he was like, we really trust each other and know each other. During all those hours working together, we watched each other's lives unfold. When she was going through a hard time, or I was, we leaned on each other. Just like super sweet stuff. So he was just, I'm super proud of her. No one deserves it more. Yeah, and then lastly, we have to shout out our boy Patrick Dempsey. Just celebrated his 53rd birthday on January 13th, and looking fine still. Yeah, we miss you.
Those 50s are doing him good.
So he's still alive and well in real life.
And then social media had some fun with the 10-year challenge, Grey's Anatomy.
That's hilarious.
That's all right. Well, everyone, because we have Bailey in that picture. Everyone's not dead, but like, that's like, that is Grey's though. It's like everyone's gone almost,
Deceased.
I'm still waiting for Christina to come back in some capacity.
That would be the best.
That would be amazing.
Dream. But no, when she won, like, I don't even watch her show, but when she won, I was like, oh, Christina!
Right?
I know.
So happy for her.
And her parents were so
They
adorable.
were the cutest.
Oh, died.
Yes.
Died.
Oh, man. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into some predictions. I'm excited for that one.
Oh, yeah, I've got it right here.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I'm going to kick it off with their predictions.
Okay. Well, yeah, this isn't necessarily mine, but Brave Unicorn said, this is a really big prediction, but I think Teddy might die when she's having the baby. I mean, that'd be true to Grey's fashion, but
it would.
Mind blown.
Right?
How sucky would it be for Amelia if Owen chose Teddy and then she dies and then...
Or what if she chooses Amelia? I mean, that could be dramatic either way.
Yeah, either way.
And also, he's stuck with another motherless baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's not funny. But.
No, but We don't know what's going to happen with Betty.
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness.
That is mind-blowing to think
Oh,
So
wow.
Brave Unicorn. There it is.
Ugh.
Wow.
Okay.
Well.
Right. I'm like, I don't
On that note.
gather
I
myself.
don't got anything that crazy. I think we're going to see this love triangle play out a little bit.
Yeah.
In true Meredith fashion until there's one that, and I think it's going to end up being
Yeah.
DeLuca. I hope.
Same. I
Yeah.
feel that way too. I think she's gonna like how she was, the way she handled the two of them at the end was like, okay, so we're both here. You know, DeLuca's trying to ask her out, then here comes Link, like, oh, so are we still good for tonight or whatever?
Yeah.
And DeLuca didn't back down, which is what I like. Oh, we were having a moment.
Yes.
You come back later.
Okay, man, take charge.
He should have just started speaking Italian.
Right. She so should have. So, but the way
makes
she handled it, like, okay, all right, not doing this now.
Bye.
I'm gonna exit because I don't really know which way I
Yeah.
want to go. So yeah, you know what? Play the field a little bit.
have
You know what I mean?
fun,
Have some
yeah.
fun.
I like it. It's just going to be really messy because it's all in the workplace.
Sure.
At least her
whatever.
last love triangle was a vet and one of the,
Right, yeah.
you know?
That was a mess. But yeah, I think that's gonna just play out for a little bit longer, several more episodes. But like you said, I agree with you. In the end, I think it's gonna be DeLuca.
I hope so.
I think it's going to be DeLuca too, but I think the only reason why, at least I'm leaning that way, is because we've only seen her
With DeLuca.
DeLuca. And like I love it, so maybe things with Link might be
good.
hot too. Who knows? But Link just seems
Link's
like
not
too
as assertive
geeky.
as
Yeah, well,
as
he was like
DeLuca.
pressing her early
At the end, because he was
Yeah.
like, which one?
Yeah.
Who are you
Yeah.
going to
But
see later?
I just, he's not like, I mean, he's good looking, but so there's something about DeLuca that just kind of like
that's just he like
yeah.
DeLuca's swag is a little bit different than Link's. Not that
Yeah.
Link can't take charge or that he can't have that, but he just kind of doesn't have that. Like, you know what they say, like just that thing that je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Like, you know? I think Luca has that more.
And
so.
ultimately, I think that Owen is gonna go with Amelia. I hope so. I think that's just where my heart is.
Okay.
And I hope that gets resolved fairly quickly,
Yeah.
but it probably won't. It probably won't.
And just one more from me would be Catherine is going to blow up on everyone. And then her and Maggie are going to have a little bit of a rift. Because
Yeah.
when she finds out, because, you know, her personality is kind of
Yeah.
strong. So when she finds out about that, it's not going to sit well with her at 1st. She's not going to look at it as if, you know, well, this is Jackson's person, you know? So she kind of felt like she had to tell him. And then Jackson had to tell Weber. But it's not going to sit well with Catherine. So
Yeah.
her and Maggie are going to have a rift.
Yeah.
And maybe that could pull Maggie and Jackson apart.
Also, Mikey Sorrentino said, which I did see this news article and I forgot, so thank you for bringing it up, that Jennifer Grey is going to be joining the cast in a role, and it's speculated that she's going to be Joe's mom. And I think I
Jennifer
did
Grey.
see that she was
From,
going to be Joe's mom.
I was going to say Save the Last Dance. It's not it.
She's,
Dirty
yeah,
Dancing?
I can't, she's,
Is that Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing?
Mikey, help us out.
We'll look that up maybe.
But yeah, no,
because we can.
I remember seeing an
I think
article
you're
that
right.
Joe's mom had been, or is going to be cast soon, or they're looking
Well, that'd be
to-
interesting
Yeah.
to see something different from Joe. We already
Yeah.
got her
Yeah, yes,
crazy
yes.
ex-husband.
It's
from
Dirty,
Dirty
Dancing?
Dancing, yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
That would be.
So we'll
Huh.
see. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Because like I mentioned earlier, we want to see what they're doing with Joe because I,
I know,
feel like we're
she's having
starting.
us something.
Yeah, we're starting not to see her as much, and there's just a little
kind of
something going on
plateauing a
there.
little bit,
Yeah.
She seems, all over the place. Like, new life path she's on.
Right.
She's a little confused.
And
yeah.
are her and Kareth going? You know, it
Yeah.
seemed like they were, and they
Yeah.
kind of brought them back, but you know, I don't know.
I like Joe though.
I
She's
like
cute.
her.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
fun.
but they're doing something weird with her. I can
Yeah.
tell.
She's got some big storylines coming up, I think.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that'll be
would
it.
think that's what we're setting her
Yeah.
up
Okay. Hopefully.
What do we ultimately think is going to happen with Catherine's health? Where do
I
we
don't
see
know.
that
They
going?
can't- for. Maybe
they-
she will die. I don't know. It's Grace.
I feel bad
They
for
can't-
Weber. That's two
and-
wives.
I can't. I have no words right now. I'm like,
I mean, technically, it's almost 3. We're counting.
yeah, really. Yeah, you kind
I know. I feel he can't take that. So I think
can't,
I
that's
hope
too
she
much.
fights it, or at least lives with it for a
They
long
come
time.
up with
Yeah.
some cure
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, it may get rough with her
Oh, I
health and
for
everything.
sure.
Yeah, it's gonna get rough, but I
She'll
think in
pull
the end
through.
she'll pull it through because that will be a lot for Weber.
Yeah, and he has a sponsor.
Yeah.
He's like he
Weber's
was in
almost up there
jail
with
recently.
Meredith
Yeah.
on like
Yeah.
his losses
On
and the
people.
things he's gone
Yeah.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see how he takes the news. He might spiral.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
I want him to be like my fake uncle, dad.
Daddy, I just found out about. Yeah.
So fingers crossed for Weber that he's able to handle this news. Oh my God, about
Oh
Catherine's
yeah.
health.
What about Thatcher? I can't.
Oh man.
Yeah. Someone said I think she'll die, but not. Or don't think she'll die, but Thatcher will. Yeah, we know Thatcher will die, but like, are we gonna see it? Maybe they won't even address it. Yeah. Okay, you guys keep bringing stuff up. It's stressing me.
I know. I was like, oh, they might because of Meredith, and it's like she's trying to progress, and then here's gonna come something.
Like we know he's dying currently.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not they're ever gonna bring it back up and she goes to see him, but
or how they put it in there. Well, okay. I guess this second half of the season just started, so we will find out what happens.
Yes, it's
as we continue to watch this season.
Love them.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Once again, I am Elle Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Elle Marie TV.
Hey guys, I'm Krista Flungy, and you can find me all over social media at Krista Flungy.
Hey guys, Chelsea Stark Jones. You can find me online at chelseastarkjones.com and on Instagram at C_S Jones.
And we will see you guys next week.
Yeah,
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.